Good evening, Americans and humans. This is your favorite alien on the evening of Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, with a special commentary entitled Americans and Humans. What do you do with people in your nations, i.e., Russians and Chinese to start? You got a dilemma here. You have a lot of Russians that live in the United States. You got a lot of Chinese that lives in the United States. And like any other aliens, as you call them, foreigners would be the better word for it, because I'm the alien here. I'm from a different solar system. And what do you do with them? Or people like me? Okay? Some of them came here for a better life, they would say. Others came here because they had no alternative. Others came here to help their nation. They are Russians. They're not Americans. They're not interested in your society. They just want to defeat you. Okay? And you have a quandary here. How do you take them? You had the same thing happen to you in 1941. December 7th, the Japanese attacked you. December 11th, the Italians and the Germans declared war on you. And for you European nations, you got the same problem here too. Because you were at war with all three in World War II. The Germans decided to create concentration camps, not only for Jews, but for Slavs and any other people that were nonconformist. Concentration camps, you call them. But you have allowed the concentration camps to focus only on the Jews, which I'm not debating them being treated hard by the Germans and inhumane. But so were Slavs, a lot of Polish, a lot of Ukrainians, heck, a lot of Russians died that way too. Because Russians are Slavs too, okay? But that was their solution to the problem. Eliminate them because they would not conform. And that's the problem you have, Americans. What do you do with the people that you bring into this country as so-called asylum and assistance, and we got a better life for you? And they form enclaves, okay? Chinatown, Koreatown, Russiatown. Oh, yeah, the Russians. Go to Brighton Beach in New York City over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of Russians and East Slavs over there. And they do a lot of killing. They run their places like it was a ghetto or a gulag, for better reference on the word here. What are you going to do? You got a lot of them here. And some of them are just innocent people that are looking for a place to live, but don't want to give up who they are, which they should. When you come to a different country, you give up who you are once you cross that border. And that's what the Americans, especially the Democrats, don't understand about this. You bring a person to the American country here, He must be willing to abide by American systems, American customs, and American law. But he'll bring something with him, his heart, his food, his music. Okay? And his way of looking at the world. That you cannot change. But do not bring in your religion, do not bring in your politics, and do not bring in your views. You chose to live here. Therefore, you chose those two documents that you Americans don't even give a damn about yourselves here, let alone the Europeans. You're putting the Ukrainians all over the place in your countries because they're refugees of war. And you put yourself at risk because the Russians under Putin and his successors always will look at the Ukrainians as we have to annihilate them, just as we have to annihilate the Polish and we have to annihilate the Lithuanians because they have caused us nothing but grief century after century, something that you don't understand. But the Russians and the Chinese especially, they have been indoctrinated for the last 70 years, the Chinese have, that the communist way is the only way, the ones that are here. The Russians have been indoctrinated that Mother Russia is Mother Russia. If you don't believe me, talk to people who try to tell their people that the Ukraine war, the Ukrainians are not the Nazis. Yeah, right. They're Russians over there. Their friends and family members in Russia would say, go stick it. You've been brainwashed by the Americans. Do you understand me, Americans and Europeans? This is a dilemma you have. What do you do with them? This is your favorite alien saying, the more people you bring in, the more problems you have, the more time you pussyfoot with Russia, the more World War III will come in and it'll be worse than it was originally. Why don't you stand up to Russia and say, you want World War III? Okay, you got it. Do you really want to obliterate your nation? Do you want to obliterate your people? And Putin's answer is, to hell with them. I want to obliterate you, and if it costs me, well, neither one of us will live. This is your favorite alien. Good day.